Okay, hello, my name is Muhammad Shafiq Azim. Today I'm going to present about this organization behavior assignment. Uh, in this team we have me, Muhammad Shafiq Azim Abdul Aziz, Aidil Mirza bin Ahmad Shafi'i, Muhammad Shafiq Azra'i bin Shahrudin, and Nur Fatin Shamimi binti Rosli. Okay, about this content, I gonna tell about job description and tasks, Big 5 model, organizational related values, and Hofstede and conclusion. Okay, about this job description, we take a job that a lecturer. A lecturer is a teacher who has actually started teaching undergraduate course at college or university level. These individuals can teach in colleges and universities part-time or full-time. Okay, the task is lecturers are subject matters experts who create, develop, and deliver content through a variety of ways and platforms. They develop course materials, lesson plans, and curricula, as well as perform research and fieldwork, interact with students, aid with application process, and attend interviews, conference, and meetings. They can be used in a variety of situations. Okay, about the big 5 model of personality traits. We have 5, which is extrovert versus introvert, agreeableness, openness to experience, emotional stability, and conscientiousness. Okay, we take 2, which is emotional stability and conscientiousness. Okay, about emotional stability, the positive type of emotional stability is one of the most important for lecturer because lecturer must have a high self-confidence for lecturing their student. With high confidence shown by the lecturer will make student trust what the lecturer lectured and avoid the student have a trust issue with the lecturer. In the lecture session, lecturer must have a good attitude and remain calm all the time in teaching the student. It is because the main purpose of being a lecturer is to make sure during the lecturing process to make sure students understand what the lecture is all about. In case student having a problem to understand, the lecturer will explain it with calm and full of positiveness. In that case, student will feel the good of the environment session with the lecturer. Lecturer must also have a good behavior and secure during the lecturing process. In the lecturing process, lecturer must secure the environment to make sure the student focus during the lecture process. With this behavior, student will not interrupt during the lecture process because of secure behavior by the lecturer. Okay, next is about conscientiousness. Okay, lecturer must have a good responsibilities feeling toward their students. It is because student had a lack of knowledge and experience compared to lecturer. Then it's the lecturer obligation to guide student to gain knowledge and experience. An attitude that lecturer must have is dependable and persistent. In order to have a good, successful, and long term of the job, they must have a dependable and persistent attitude. Lecturer must give full attention lecture to the student in order to give knowledge to the students correctly. Lecturer also contain a good organized behavior in order to control during the teaching process and controlling the environment. It is because individuals who score low on conscientiousness tend to be careless. Organized behavior is the systematic study about how the lecturer act during the lecture and towards students. Okay, next I will pass to the next presenter.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Aidil Mirza bin Ahmad Shafi'i. Now we go to the personality trait. They have 3. We go to the first point. The first personality trait is conscientiousness. The conscientiousness, which is one of 3 organizationally relevant personality traits. It has a tendency to do effectively in a variety of jobs when it uses conscientiousness. The impact is lecturer performance has a positive impact on their career, achievement, and job satisfaction. If a lecturer performance is satisfactory, they will like their job. They arrive on time, are cheerful, and treat the other lecturer with respect. The important is, I believe that conscientiousness is important to job performance since it is the most essential factor in obtaining and keeping employment. conscientiousness person are usually well organized, responsible, and well prepared. They persevere in the face of adversity and have a good impulse control. The next personality trait is emotional stability. The second factor to consider is emotional stability. Emotional stability refers to the ability to be emotionally calm and balanced. Negative energy has an impact on one's performance, relationship, physical health, and self-awareness. To avoid teaching in a negative environment, lecturers should get enough sleep, practice self-care, and practice mindfulness. The impact is, if a lecturer is neurotic, it will affect student emotion. If the lecturer is unhappy or in a grumpy mood when teaching, and the lecturer will have more problem at work. The important is emotional stability is necessary for a person to acquire an integrated and balanced perspective on life difficult. This way of organizing one tough and perceived thing in a disciplined way help in the development of reality-oriented thinking, judgment, and evaluation skill. Now we go to the last personality trait. The last one is openness to experience. Having a high level of imaginativeness to relate to explanation of what is taught, necessitates and openness to experience. People who are open to experience are more likely to be intellectually curious, creative, and imaginative. Lecturer must innovate appropriate method for delivering learning session. Student will have a better understanding of the learning objective. The impact it could also make students more quickly bored when they are taught by a lecturer who lack expertise or imagination. It is important to be open to new experience, seeing it can improve creativity, learning, knowledge, and relationship. People with a high level of openness are more likely to be creative in general, to pursue creative success, to engage in innovative thinking, and to participate in creative hobbies. Alright, now we go to the value. There are two types of value. First is terminal value and second is instrumental value. The first one is terminal value. Terminal value is desirable and state of existence, the goal that a person would like to achieve during his or her lifetime. For the instrumental value, preferable mode of behavior or mean of achieving one terminal value. Now I will pass to the Shafiq.
Okay, thank you Aidil for the presentations. My name is Muhammad Shafiq. I will continue the Aidil's presentation, which is instrumental value. The means by which we reach our aims are known as instrumental values. Our final goals are defined as terminal values. Being polite, obedient, and self-control are examples of instrumental values. Instrumental values that lecturer must have is ambitiousness. An example of ambitiousness is hardworking and aspiring. Hardworking and aspiring is a perfect for a career as lecturer. It is because as a lecturer, they must be perfect example for student. It also have better impact on improving lecturer performance than commitment. Achieving learning goals such as procedural fluency, strategic competence, adaptive reasonings, and productive dispositions require lecturer to lecture in response to what students do as they engage in problem-solving activities. Lecturer must be generative of other activities by including the lecturing and learning of essential teaching practice, high leverage practices like explaining, leading a content-rich discussion, representing concepts. Next, we have Hofstede's value, which is divided by 5 points. The first one is power distance. Second point is individualism, collectivism. Next, long-term versus short-term orientation, masculinity versus femininity, uncertainty avoidance. In this assignment, we choose two, which is power distance and masculinity. The first point is power distance. This competence deals with the fact that not everyone in society is equal. It displays the cultural attitude toward inequalities among us, the extent to which less powerful members of institutions and organizations within a society expect and accept unequal power distribution is characterized as power distance. Malaysia has a very high score on these dimensions, indicating that people accept a hierarchical system in which everyone is placed and no more reason is required. The ideal boss is a benevolent despot, and hierarchy in an organization is seen as reflecting inherent inequalities. Centralization is popular. Some ordinate expect to be told what to do, and hierarchy in an organization is regarded as reflecting inherent inequities. Leadership challenges are rarely warmly appreciated. Next, which is masculinity. A high score on this dimension, masculine, indicate that competition, achievement, and success will drive society, with success defined by the winner in fields, a value system that begins in school and continues throughout organizational life. A masculine culture or society, according to the Hofstede, is one in which men and women have different expectations. Men are supposed to be forceful, competitive, and materially successful in masculine culture. Women are expected to be nurturing and concerned about other people's well-being. A low score, feminine, on the dimension indicate that caring for others and quality life are the prevailing value in society. In a feminine society, living a good life is a sign of success, and standing out from the norm is frowned upon. The primary question here is whether people are motivated by a desire to be the best, masculine, or by a desire to enjoy what they do. That's all from me. I will pass to Fatin for the next video presentation. Thank you.
Next, I want to explain about Kelly attribution theory. When individuals observe behavior, they attempt to determine whether it is internal or external cause. First, distinctiveness refers to the degree to which a given action taken by an individual is odd or unusual for that individual. Second, consensus, the similarity between the actor action and those of others in similar situation. Third, consistency refers to whether or not the conduct occurs on a regular basis. How perception affect the decision-making process by using attribution theory or shortcut. First, halo perception, a type of cognitive bias whereby our perception of someone is positively influenced by our opinion of that person's other related trait. Explanation. Essentially, your overall impression of a person, he is nice, impact your evaluation of that person's specific trait, he is also smart. Second is self-serving bias, to ascribe cause of success to internal factor and failure to external factor. Explanation. Lecturers try to make sense of the nature of their learning and teaching environment, their own perceived ability, and the task and demanding situation that they are faced with. Third is selective perception, the tendency to ignore and forget information that cause emotional distress or contradict our existing view. Explanation. A lecturer may have a favorite student because they are biased by in-group favoritism. The teacher ignores the student for attainment. For conclusion, because of lecturer, generation of students will contribute to the improvement of their country and the entire group. Having good lecturer will result in generation of well-informed people. Lecturers who produce knowledgeable generation have the potential to produce future teachers. Education improves your character and teaches you new skills. It improves your reasoning skill and your ability to make rational decisions. It promotes a personal development. Education also aids a country's economic development. Here are the links that we use to research the task. Thank you from us.